Alright, YouTube Nation, welcome to today's video. We got a treat for you guys today. This is how to use real NFL concepts in Madden. And today this is a new series. I want to talk about it because it's actually something I've been working on. It's something that it's really been a point of emphasis. Today we're going to start with the levels concept. Now this is I don't know who made it famous actually. I just know that the Indianapolis Colts run it a ton. At least they did when Manning was there. I don't know how much they run it this year. I haven't really kept up with them as much. But anywho, the levels concept is essentially overloading a zone defender so that they can clear out space for the receiver. Basically, essentially, they're using, if you will, take a look here. Hopefully, just go to virtual mind, channel that part of your mind here, and act like that space between the 20 and the 25 is a window. So act like there's a window to throw a ball right there. And then act like there's a window to throw a ball between the 25 and the 30-yard line. Okay? The only guy standing in between that window is that linebacker, as you see here on the screen, or that corner. So what is the concept? The concept is essentially that we're splitting that defender. So you're making that defender defend two players when he can only defend one. You're stretching his zone so that you can open up space to throw the football. Okay, so let's just run the play here. A lot of times it's done with a deep in route and a drag underneath. Okay, so we're just going to utilize this. So you see here on the left, we clear out space to throw this drag. Okay, now there's a two-man read that occurs with the levels concept. As you saw there, I made the incorrect read, and that's why the levels concept is not used common. That route progression is not really common, but the concept is still utilized. Okay, and we're going to talk about why. So you see, we come in, triangle would have been wide open, and we would have been able to deliver space. Let me see if I can get on triangle. Here we go. So watch Morgan. You see he's wide open. A pass lead to the inside right there would have been wide open to clear the space out. So at that point, you're just reading off of where they go. Where they don't go is where you throw. So here they don't go to Morgan. I throw to Morgan. Okay. That's the concept in and of itself. Now you can do it off of different route progressions. Z-Boy365, he does it with a streak and a drag, so it's even more of a stretch. And you see a lot of times the drag is what gets left open. Okay, a lot of times that's how it works this year. Okay, so you kind of see that. Now I don't know who exactly does this, if anybody, but I know what I've been doing is utilizing an out route and a drag route, smart routed out route and a drag route to split that purple defender right there, and usually it'll open up one of those two routes, if not both. Another option is a curl route. You see the curl will stick right in there for a nice little catch. Now, and then one last option that you can use is a fade route. Whoops. I forgot to put the dude on a drag. One other option you can use is a fade route, motion snap, 2 steps, go. You see it clears out the space for Garcon. Okay, so we understand why the concept works, why it's utilized effectively. The question becomes now, how do we relate that to Madden? How does it work in real Madden life? Okay, so we understand that spacing on the field is important. That's essentially what levels, in my opinion. This is totally my opinion, guys. It's not factual. I've read articles after articles on it, but none of it is. I can't prove what I'm saying is true. I can just go off what I see in the game, what I see in real NFL. Okay. Essentially what the concept is, and that's what I think we miss. I think a lot of times people get hung up in the exact routes, exact reads, exact play arts. It's all about concepts, in my opinion. Because if you can utilize, here's my point. Curl flats. The key to curl flats is that we have a curl in our hot routes. So it's not the curl routes. The key to curl flats is the 2 flat routes and the angle route to Helu. Those are something we don't have in every play. We don't have in our hot routes. So we see, the out routes are essentially, we're creating that. Now when we go to single back ace, a cool part about single back ace is the quick pass audible is still effective for curl flats. We can put those 2 curls out, essentially creating a curl flat concept. That's the key, guys. That's what I wanted to show you guys. That's the key. The concept is so important. So how you make the concept is up to you. And, the reality is, guys, Indianapolis, they run deep in routes, and they run a drag route. That's a lot of, that's pretty much what they do to create space, okay? That's their kind of MO. But, eventually, what some teams do, and what Indianapolis does off of that in route, is they utilize an out route. I believe if you guys watched S. Gibbs' passing system off of Dan Gonzalez's article on smartfootball.com, which I'll try to put a link to the actual post in the description here for you guys. But he talked about route tree and route utilizing different, routes that break at the same time but go different directions. So like a smart routed out route and a smart routed in route break opposite directions to confuse the defense. So if they're in man coverage, they can't overplay one way or the other. And you're going to have that space right there to get the ball out. Okay. Same thing will happen on an in route. Let me just show you the in route here. The in route's a little trickier, but right there, he's not going to react to the ball. Okay. So we understand the keys. Now, how do we utilize that in our scheme? How do we make that effective from every formation in the game? How do we make that a part of our offense? Okay, that's the key. That's what I want you guys to get. The key is utilize routes that create space. So, how do I utilize that in my curl flat base play? I put Morgan on a fade, and I put Garcon on a drag, and then I motion him in 2 steps, and you'll see we create a levels concept. We split that defender right there, okay? Whether we make the right read or not, doesn't always happen. But the concepts are there. And that's something that's really something I want to drill into your guys' head as we go through this training camp series and as we, get into these real concepts. Because I think a lot of people don't realize how much real football is still a part of Madden 13. Onside kickers, let me just let the cat out of the bag for you guys. Onside kickers, disconnect glitchers, squib kick abusers, and the quote-unquote glitchers, the quote-unquote abusers of the game do not win the game at the end of the day. Problem. Did he have a really unique offense? Yeah, I think he did. He utilized what was effective in Madden 13. It was the fades, it was the streaks, but they were concepts, guys. If you guys think about it, I struggled with it because he ran one play all game for the most part. And I struggled with, giving him props because it was like, man, you ran one play all game, you just abused it. He did not abuse it. What he did was he took something that's overly effective. He basically took the 2 tight ends, the unbumpableness of the tight ends. And he said, okay, let me put them on streaks because they're going to get a quick speed burst to the line of scrimmage. And, that part I understand. You guys can hate on that all you want. But if you think about it, what he essentially did was he did this. He had these 2 fades here. And imagine Hilo has a motion snap fade. So let me just motion him out here. And then he had a fade, and then he had a drag. So he had a fade he had a lot of fades. But something like this is what he ran. Okay, think about the fades. They take a minute to cut up field. So essentially you're creating space in between those windows. It gets confusing when I say it, but when you look at it and when you think about it, you'll get what I'm trying to teach. So, like I said, back to the point of this video. How do we utilize levels in Madden 13? How do we utilize levels in future Maddens? You have to utilize a route that'll be effective. So, for example, in routes are probably the least effective man-beating route in the game. Okay, so I'm going to pass this in route to the inside. You're going to see he's going to bat it down. Okay, so I know that in routes are not effective for that type of a concept. I still want to use levels, but I don't think the in route's the most effective way. So I find a different route, a motion snap fade that I know will beat man coverage, and voila, boom. And the cool part is, guys, an motion snap fade also helps you beat the blitz, and so that's why I use the motion snap fade in my in this curl flats gun spread attack, because I can beat that blitz right there without even a thought. Literally snap, throw the ball. And that's key, guys. You want to utilize concepts as a starting point, as a principle, and you want to utilize other routes and other stuff in the game to make those concepts take it to the next level. That's the key. That's what this whole series is about. Next video, we're probably going to be breaking down curl flats. I think it is important to break down curl flats and why curl flats is very similar to the levels concept. Essentially, it is the levels concept, it's just a different portion of the field. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys don't take this video wrong. I know that there's probably some controversy between sim gamers and hardcore, glitch game, whatever you want to call them, hardcore gamers and sim gamers or tournament players and whatever. I think you guys need, I think as a community, I think we need to really start to look at, how much sim, where do you draw the line? And I understand the complaints. I understand the issues with the onsides and the field goal blocks. I struggle with that too. But when I look at the game as a whole, I really enjoy it, and I'll definitely be getting Madden 25. So, that's kind of what they're going for in terms of EA Sports. They're going for people who will consistently buy their games and enjoy their games when they play them. And I think they've accomplished that. I think this is a pretty solid game, honestly. I think it gets a lot more hate than it really deserves. People complain about defense this year. I loved defense. I really did. I don't know why, but I loved it. I was fairly decent defensively this year. We'll see how next year goes. Maybe I'll fall in love next year. But anyways, pretty excited for Madden 25. Hope you guys enjoy this series. I'm sorry for taking up a little bit of your time rambling there at the end. Anyways, some quick housekeeping notes before we get out of here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to check out more videos. We also have, if you guys are new to the channel here, we have video after video after video of playbook breakdowns, scheme breakdowns, tips, things for you to get better at the game. That's what this channel is designed to do. It's designed to help you get to a level that you are not at currently. So if you are, struggling in this game, if you need help, if you want schemes, if you want tips that actually work and stuff, we're not here to just take your money or whatever. This is all free, and if you want that support, we're here to help you, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that in this community as a whole. I want the channel to become a community in which we can interact and help each other. So there's that. Secondly, members that are already subscribed, make sure that you are liking every video and commenting if you ever have any questions. That is kind of what lets me know how I'm doing. It's just feedback for me. Is it selfish of me? Maybe, but a little bit of feedback to let me know how I'm doing in terms of videos. If you don't like the video, dislike it. But at least give it a rating. Maybe take a side one way or the other. Don't sit on the fence. And now I want to address everybody as a whole. Together, guys. Make sure you check out the annotations. Make sure you check out the links in the description. I put some effort into those. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Check out that article on the passing system, and I'll try to get an article on Wells' concept, the stuff that I've read. I'll try to get that up as soon as possible. Hope you guys enjoy that. Make sure, like I said, check out the annotations. There's some new videos out that you guys may have not already seen. That's all we got for you guys today. And the next concept we'll be breaking down will probably be the curl flat concept, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for more videos, and we appreciate you guys' support, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.